Man, Jay's getting after it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get this call started. I appreciate everyone for being patient. We just wanted to, give some time for people to hop on. I see my man Colby Booker on the call. What it do? What's good? But yeah, guys, super excited for tonight. We got some pretty cool things that we want to share with everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my audio, but we got some cool stuff that we want to go over that we think is gonna help you guys dramatically in the month of October, dude. I know what it was like to be brand new in this industry. I know what it was like. I knew how hungry I was to go make, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, even an extra 500 bucks a month. I was like, dude, whatever I got to do, I'm down to do it. Right. So if you're someone who's brand new, I want to welcome you to the team. Super excited to obviously create a amazing success story, inside this business, watch you go out and reach heights that you didn't think were possible. When I got started in this business, guys, I didn't think I was going to be able to do the things that I've been able to do inside the industry. I really didn't think and know that I would for sure be able to do that stuff. And so I'm excited to watch you stretch your belief. I'm excited to watch you stretch your mindset, right? Whatever you think you can accomplish, guys, in the month of October, the reality is you probably are thinking a little bit too small and you could probably do 5 to 10 times more. Okay. That's just the reality of it. You can probably do 5 to 10 times more than what you were planning on doing in this month. Okay. Guys, limiting beliefs about what we can accomplish and also backing that up by massive action. I mean, like, there's a lot that goes into it, but the reality is, guys, if you are just locked in and focused this month every single day, you're gonna have a huge entire month, right? We said this on the Super Saturday call. I mean, you guys saw some of the paychecks being dropped inside of the Telegram chat. I mean, dude, that's not heard of in this industry. It's really not. Like most network marketers, guys, most people in this business, this industry, they make $2,000 a year. Most people, there was people, guys, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, right? A little disclaimer, but there's people dropping $57,000 paychecks in there with 1 month worth of work, right? And so it's a crazy industry. There's a lot of room for growth for everyone here, guys. This is the hottest company in the entire industry right now in terms of trading and investing. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it with every single one of you on this call. Okay. Now, I wanted to go over some stuff, guys. We'll kind of get into it. Obviously, I'm going to be speaking on this call. If you don't know who my name is, I am Josh AMUNDSON. I'm 27 years old and I am located out here in Minnesota. Okay. If you're in Minnesota too, let's run it up, guys. Let's work together. Let's hustle. We hold live events out here, leadership training events. I mean, we're very, very active out here in Minnesota. Okay. But guess what? If you're not in Minnesota and you're on this call, you got to be the pioneer for your local area. You got to pioneer it, right? When me and Jay got started, ladies and gentlemen, there was barely anyone inside of Minnesota. We had to go lay the foundation. We had to lay the foundation to go out and absolutely crush it inside this business. Okay. And so you got to do what you got to do. And we're going to talk about that here a little bit. Okay. Now, I want to mention a couple things, okay? So, like I said, we're in the best trading company in the entire space right now. Like I'm telling you, people are struggling in other companies. You see the testimonial chats, guys. Those are real people, real results. You obviously see people getting withdrawals from TradeX Mastery. You see people crushing it on the charts. I mean, the tap to trades are absolutely insane. What we have is hot right now. It's very, very hot, and nobody else is doing it. So, the reason we're emphasizing the month of October so much is because for the last 7 years, historically, for me and my business partner, Jay Patnode, and a lot of other leaders in this industry, October has historically been the biggest month, like insane, right? And the reason that is because it's transitioning into fall and people are finally locking in on their goals and they're like, man, it's time to go. It's time to go get it, right? October is a big month. Guys, November is even big too. December, honestly, is pretty big too as well. Besides obviously Christmas and December, people are going crazy, right? But with this being one of the biggest months that you can have in your career so far, right? There's some things that you got to know in order to make it one of your biggest months, right? I want to talk about something called the 80-20 rule. And, it's funny. There's so many things you can relate the 80-20 rule to. Like, it's like almost a universal law. You guys ever heard the world works in threes, sixes, and nines, right? The world's in threes. Well, this is like one of those universal laws, guys. 80-20 rule that's changed my life. Okay. And, before I get into it, if you don't have a notebook out, I highly suggest you get one out because, guys, like I've been saying multiple times in these calls, I've been saying it for 7 years. It's not about what you can know, it's about what you can teach. Okay. What you can teach is duplicatable. And how are you going to teach your new team member? How are you going to teach your new friend who gets started, your family member, what it is that you're learning today if you're not writing it down and forgetting it tomorrow? Okay. So you're proven to remember 95% more than what you would have if you don't take notes, right? If you aren't taking notes on this call, if you're driving, that's one thing. Okay. Don't take notes if you're driving, right? Stay safe. I see some of you in the cars, don't, shout out to you for getting on, but don't take notes if you're driving. But if you're on this call and you're not taking notes, there's no reason to be on the call. Okay. That's just the reality of it. Right. And I'm just being straight up honest with you guys. On Super Saturday, I held up like 8 notebooks, guys. Like, take notes. Note takers are money makers. Okay. Because when you learn this, you use it and then you teach it and then your whole life changes. All right. So, guys, the 80-20 rule, right? This is about determining who you are. Okay, guys, there's people on this call. Listen, we have one of the best trading companies in the space. We have an amazing compensation plan, amazing business, right? But there's people on this call that, fall into one of these two categories. All right. The 80-20 rule, guys, 80% of people who join this company are going to build 20% of it. Okay. And 20% of people who join this company are going to build 80% of it. Right? Guys, 80% of people just do enough work to get by. Maybe they want a free account in this business. Maybe they want to hit the rank 1K or something like that. Maybe they want to have a friend join or two. That's completely fine. Listen, it's optional. You don't even have to share this business with anyone if you don't want to. But guess what? The people who do make a lot of money, which is awesome, right? And you're also changing lives, which is really, really important, right? But guys, 80% of people that get started, it's your job to decipher if you're an 80% or a 20%. And it's your job to decipher if the people in your business are 80% or 20%. Okay. When someone gets started, even yourself, you have to decide, listen, man, do I just want to get a free account and not have to pay like most of the people in the company? Do I just want a free account? If that is you, if you just want a free account and maybe your team member, that's 80%. Okay. That's 80% of people, right? Now you know that. Okay. Then you got to ask yourself, am I trying to go past my free account? Do I want to get paid a guaranteed paycheck every single Thursday for the rest of my life for work that I have to do one time if you do it right? Right? Do I want to get guaranteed residual monthly income that's going to pay me year after year after year after year? Guys, I'm 7 years in and I've gotten a paycheck every single week for 7 years. 7 years, a residual check, right? And so understand this. If you're wanting to go big, if you're wanting to make 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, and you're wanting to go all in, you're a 20%er. Okay. You are a 20%er, not an 80%er. There's nothing wrong with being an 80%er. I'm just trying to have you learn how to sort and sift you and the people that are coming into your business. Okay. You got to understand, right? Because then you know where to put your time. 80% of the people, you know what they do? They use the 9 p.m. Central Time presentation. They use the YouTube recorded video to share the information with people, right? The 80%ers, if they have someone that's interested in the opportunity, we have tools that they can use. They can give a YouTube video that's recorded that their prospect can watch. They can also get them on a nightly 9 p.m. Central Time call. It's a live Zoom presentation. They have those two options. Okay. That's a tool because most of the people in this business aren't 20%ers. Most of them are 80%ers. Okay. That's what 80%ers use. All right. They use the YouTube video or they use the 9 p.m. presentation. But let's talk about the 20%ers. What do the 20%ers do that's different than the 80%ers? Why do the 20%ers make way more money in the long run compared to anybody who decides to be in the 80%, right? Why? And it's because the 20%ers learn how to do their own presentations. Guys, I heard a quote back in the day. You do not own your own business until you know how to do your own presentation. Until you know how to present this business, right? Guys, there's the presentation link. If you don't have the presentation link, guys, I'll drop it into the chat right now. You can have it. Just go ahead and save this link. I'll literally put the presentation in here right now so every single person has it. There it is, right? But listen, you don't own your own business until you know how to present the business to someone who's potentially interested. Does that make sense, guys? I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, right? You don't own your own business until you know how to present your own business, right? Somebody else owns your business. If you don't know how to do the presentation, somebody else owns it, right? the difference between 20 percenters and 80 percenters and why they make such different amounts of money, why they live such different lives most of the time, right? You can make a lot of money from trading, but I'm talking about building the business is because they do their own presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, learning how to do your own presentation, that right there single-handedly will help you make 10 times more money in the long run than just using the 9 p.m. call, than just using the YouTube recorded presentation. Those are tools, right? They're tools for when you're brand new and you don't know how to explain the information. If you're brand new on this call, by the way, I'm not expecting you to just know how to grand slam a presentation. That's not what I'm expecting, right? And first of all, you don't even have to do it if you don't want to, right? We're just looking for people who want to make extra money. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, for example, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people inside of our organization. There's 26 people on this call because it's the people who are serious about making extra money, multiple streams of income. Right. And so, you don't have to do this, everything I'm going to explain to you, but I'm going to tell you what 20 percenters do and how they make all this money. Okay. Now, just to kind of reiterate, 20 percenters, they do their own presentations. If you're brand new, I don't expect you to learn how or know how to do the presentation right away. Here's what you do though. Okay. Because obviously this call is designed for 20 percenters. 20 percenters are people that are going part-time income to full-time income, right? Maybe an extra 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, maybe an extra 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month plus, right? You can go all the way up to $1 million a month inside this compensation plan. Okay. It's crazy. My mentors got basically $100,000, last Thursday. Right. And so it's very powerful what you can do here. You can change your life. All right. Now, like I said, I'm not here to BS you guys. I'm here to show you what it takes. Okay. I'm here to show you what it takes in this business to go crush it at a high level. Because here's the thing, guys, you're already showing up to these calls. You're doing half of what is already required. Just showing up. Right? What do they say is so important about the gym? All you got to do is just get there. If you can just get there, you're fine. Right? But it's the showing up part is what gets people. Okay. So you're already doing it. I want to give you guys props. All right. My mentor said, what are you willing to do to succeed? How bad do you want to win? What are you willing to do? Right? And I replied, anything. I'll literally do anything to win. I don't care what it is. I'll do whatever it takes. And then he looked at me like, are you sure? He goes, everyone says that. Everyone says that they're willing to do what it takes to, have financial freedom, to never work a job again, guys, right? Everyone says, oh man, I would kill to not have a boss, right? I would love to make my own daily schedule. I would love to wake up and do whatever I want every day, right? Everyone wants it, but that's why he asked me, what are you willing to do? I was willing to do anything, guys, anything, right? And we're going to get into that. All right. Because the reward, if you dedicate the time, the reward, if you are willing to do anything, is beyond your dreams. It's insane. If you're willing to do anything and you do what it takes and you actually go out and win, right? It's huge. Okay. Now let's talk about what it actually requires. Okay. Only 20% of people who join this business are even willing to do what's required to go out there and win at a really high level. Now, guys, when I'm going through this stuff, understand that you can barely try and make an extra $500 a month in this business. You can barely try and get to $1,000 a month in this business. You can do that. I've seen people do it. I've seen people who are way less qualified than everyone else on this call make $2,000 a month. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't know how, but if you try, you can make big money. Okay. Now, out of everyone who joins the business, only 20% of people will do it. Easy at the name drops. Out of everyone who joins the business, only 20% of people are willing to do what it takes. And I think every single one of you, ladies and gentlemen, are the 20%. I think you're all people who are willing to do what it takes. That's why you're here Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, ready to learn and ready to apply whatever it is that you're learning. Okay. Now, out of all the 20% of people that are willing to do what it takes, I'd say half of them actually do it. So realistically, only 10% of the people in the business are really doing what it takes. Okay. I'd say half of the 20% of people actually do it. Right. And that's going to relate to this call. Out of 25 people on this call, only half of them are probably actually going to do what it takes to go out and win at a high level. And that's okay. That's the world's got to be divided up somehow. Right. And so if you're willing to lock in, if you're willing to hustle, you can be on that top 10%. All right. Now, write this down. My minimum rank goal is 50K. Okay, write this down. My minimum rank goal in my daily choice is 50K. All right. Everyone here should have a minimum goal to hit the rank 50K. Why not? Why not? Right? Why not have a goal to go out and hit the 50K rank? Guys, that's $12,000 a month on average every single month. If you just set the goal and let's figure out how to go after it and let's work every day on it. Right. So my minimum rank goal is 50K. Okay. That, guys, when I was brand new, my goal was in 90 days to hit $10,000 a month. I literally on day one when I signed up, I remember I got on the phone with my mentors and I was like, me and Jay were like, dude, we want to hit 10,000 a month in 90 days. And they're like, they're like, all right, good luck. And we didn't realize that, man, there's a lot that we don't know, and it took us 2 years and 1 month, but we got it done, right? We're like, we said, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. However, what's cool about these calls for everyone here that's listening, this is like a time machine because you get to hear all the dumb stuff we did. You get to hear all the things that we didn't do that we needed to do. You get to hear it all. So you get to time machine and have success way faster. That's what these calls are so cool for. That's why we do personal development every single day. So you get to listen and listen and listen and then use it so you can skip levels, so you can go way faster, right? And so minimum rank goal is 50K. All right. Now, the first thing that you do in this business, if you want to become a professional, if you want to learn how to get to a high rank, is you got to master Eric Worre's audio. Okay. I want someone to, what's the name of Eric Worre's audio? Someone put it in the chat. What's the name of it? Who knows the name? Anybody know the name? 7 Steps to Going Pro. Guys, it's 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. Okay. This is the industry of network marketing. Eric Worre coaches all of the network marketing companies, right? Ours is just, in my opinion, the best, right? He coaches all of the network marketing industry legends. Okay. If you get to $100,000 a month, guys, you get to walk and be a Millionaire Hall of Fame inside the network marketing industry. It's crazy. But this audio, okay, I'm going to send it in the chat. This is your first step to never working a job again. Okay. This is your first step to never working a job again, is that audio I just sent right there. It's also on Spotify, YouTube or Spotify, 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. That's your first step to financial freedom, is if you listen to it and you take handwritten notes. Now, the reason I say write down with physical notes what it's talking about, it's because it's literally steps. It's like step 1, if you want to become a pro, do this. Step 2, if you want to become a pro, do this. It's literally steps. So if you can master those 7 steps, you already know how to build this business. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you, right? Rather than us just, going on and on and on about how to build it, that will literally teach you how to be the highest quality professional you can possibly be. Okay. That's step 1. Step 2, now that you've listened, yeah, I fall asleep on planes listening to that. Yeah, I've listened to like 12 times. I think by my 4th or 5th time listening to that audio, I was finally at 10,000 a month. I think it was something like that, maybe 6 times, right? But listen to it multiple times, take notes, okay? That's step 1, and master it. Step 2 is for you, if you want to go out and build this business, it's mastering the invite. Okay. If you want to go out and have a large organization, if you want to share this with people and change lives, if you want to get to the 50K rank and make 12,000 on average a month, you got to get good at inviting. Guys, that's plain and simple. Inviting is the highest paid skill set in this business, right? You have to get good at having people want to check out what it is that we're doing, right? For me personally, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm out there talking to people, I'm not telling them, hey, I got this platform. It's called the Koshex. It's an academy. There's a bunch of traders. There's live sessions. It's awesome. It is $149 a month, but you can get a free account if you share it with 3 people. We have an app, you can copy and trade, or copy trades. You can take them yourself, a click of a button. You can also build a team. I don't do that. It's because I did that and it doesn't work, right? You know what me and Jay started doing? We started keeping all the information to ourselves. And I'm going to explain that. Okay. Less is more. You want to starve people of information that they're hungry for. If they ask you questions when you're out and about or on text message, if they're before they've seen a presentation, if they're asking you all this stuff about the company and you're just giving it all to them, right, in a very unprofessional way, they got what they wanted to hear. They got an unprofessional 30-second elevator pitch. They learned about a multi-million-dollar business. Guys, this company's literally done almost $1 billion in the last 8 to 10 years. And you gave them a 30-second explanation. That's why me and Jay, when we got started, guys, there was hundreds of people that we were talking to. Nobody wanted to get started. And it's because we were not being professionals. So mastering the invite, right? I'm not going to go into a whole inviting training right now. Okay. I'm not going to go into a whole inviting training, but for an example, when I'm talking to someone, I let them know that I trade with my friends and we try to make money every single day. That usually piques someone's interest. They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, don't you trade? And they're like, no, because nobody trades, right? Everyone's still learning about it. And then I say, why? Like I act like it's very unusual, like everyone trades. And they're like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't trade. Hey, well, listen, I'm super busy right now, but here, let me follow you on Instagram. Maybe we can connect and you can hop on a trading call that we have sometime. Boom, I get their contact. I'm out of there. And then I post in my stories and I go hit them up. I'm like, yo, you want to get on that trading call? Show them a presentation. That's it. Right. If you're trying to explain the whole business, guys, while you're sitting there with someone over text or on the call, listen, that's not professional. They got to see a presentation. Okay. So number one, Eric Worre's audio, learn how to build this business. Number two, master the invite. Can anybody put in the chat? How do you master the invite? How do you get really good at doing the invite? How do you get so good? It's just natural. Just do it. Yeah, but do it over and over and over and over and over and over. Reps and consistency. You do it and you do it and you do it and you do it and you do it. And you'll get really, really good at it, right? Let's say you go invite 100 people. You're probably okay. Like it's a little rusty. Let's say you invite 200 people. You're getting decent. You're getting better. Let's say you invite over time 500 people over some months, right? Now you're getting pretty good. Like you're understanding it. Let's say you do 1,000 people. Now you're pretty solid at it, right? Let's say you do 2,000 people. You're pretty good. You're probably one of the best in the business in terms of our group chats, right? You just got to do it and do it and do it, right? So that's number two, master the invite. Number three is learn how to do the presentation to the people that you're inviting. You are basically going out there and you're piquing interest with people about trading. You know, I have so many people in the world that know that I trade, but they don't know about Akashex. They don't know that it's a company. They don't know that it costs money. They don't know that it's amazing. They don't know that we have an app that you can connect your trading account to, right? So many people know that me and Jay trade, but they don't know anything about it, right? So you know what me and Jay do? We say, hey, do you want to hop on a call and talk about trading this week if we set one up? Would you hop on a call this week with me and talk about trading if we set one up? Would you do something for me if I did something for you? Would you if I? It's a magical, magical saying, right? And then they book a call with us in our calendar and we do a presentation. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Does that make sense, guys? It's very, very simple. You go out there and you learn Eric Worre's audio and then you learn how to invite. And if someone's interested and you're brand new, you want to get them on a call with your mentor. You guys want to do a presentation to the people. Right? Guys, listen, you can throw them on the 8 p.m. or the 9 p.m. Central Time call. You can let them watch the YouTube video, but just know you're only ever going to get 80% type results. If you're a leader on this call and you've been leveraging the 9 p.m. call and you've been leveraging the YouTube video, the reality is, guys, you're probably in a mode right now where it's just a little bit lazy. And you probably are noticing that you're getting lazy type income. Okay. I'm not perfect. I've used the YouTube video. I've gotten people started with it. I've used the 9 p.m. call. I've gotten people started with it. I'm not saying I'd never do it, but the reality is, guys, if you want to get the 20% type income, you got to do your own presentations. You got to present to your people because they trust you more than they trust some random person on a YouTube video or Zoom call. They're trusting you, right? So when me and Jay have someone interested, we book a meeting in our calendar. Both of us, the prospect and us, we get on and we do a presentation to them, right? And we could talk more about that, guys. You know, how to do the presentation, everything like that. The normal way to do it, if you want to learn how to do the presentation, reach out to me. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll show you how to do one, right? I'll literally do a presentation to your people with you, okay? But only if you're serious, right? If you're not serious, just use the 9 p.m. call, use the YouTube video. But if you're serious on learning how to do it yourself, I'll do it with you and I'll teach you how to do it, right? But usually you have your mentor do one presentation for you to your people. You listen and take as many notes as possible. Then the next person you have interested, your mentor, you're going to do the front half of the presentation and your mentor is doing the back half. right? And then the third time you have someone interested, you do the whole presentation to them and your mentor just shares their story. And by the time that third presentation is done, you should know how to do them on your own. Okay. That's how you master the presentation. If you want help, reach out to me, hit me up and say, Josh, I want to learn the presentation and I'll help you. Okay. Now, the fourth one is mastering the enrolling process. Okay. Mastering the enrolling process. All this is, ladies and gentlemen, is we have a link tree, right? We have a system to help you set your people up. Okay. I'm going to put that inside of the chat right now. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. So we have a system for you to help you set your people up. Right there. That is our system. It's an onboarding system. Okay. You send that to them and then you walk it through with them. You got to get on a call and literally walk them through that and help them set everything up. Okay. So mastering the enrolling process is setting them up for success, making sure they're connected to their, their trading account, their demo account, to the Akashics app, making sure they know how to get on live sessions, making sure they're organized, making sure they know when all the calls are, right? Making sure they're in our Google Calendar. Right? We have a shared Google Calendar link that shows when all the meetings are. Okay. Then part of mastering the enrolling process is giving proper expectations. Okay. You guys ever had someone join before and then they quit in 30 days? And you're like, dude, like, what the heck? Most of the time, well, sometimes you can't help that. It just happens. But most of the time, it's because they were not given proper expectations on how long it's going to take them to become successful. That's what usually happens. They were giving false expectations or they were giving none. So they created their own in their head, right? It's your job as a leader. Everyone on this call is a leader. It's your job as a leader to explain to them, what the timeline is going to look like for the average person. Right. And what I usually say is I say, hey, listen, not our company, but anyone in the world that tries to learn how to trade, not our company, we're here to solve that. But anyone in the world that tries to learn how to trade, 90% of people quit by 6 months. So that's why our company was made, was to fix that percentage. But the reality is, John, let's say John's the new person. I just got started. John, listen, the reality is if you want to be someone that becomes profitable at trading, so you never have to work a job again, you have to be part of the percentage that makes it past 6 to 12 months. It's pretty simple, right? I've been trading for 9 years. I learned that 9 years ago. I was like, all right, I'll just never quit. So John, listen, if you want to actually make it at trading and be successful with it, just be a part of the 5 to 10% that at least make it a year. Come on, that's it. Give yourself an actual fighting chance. Do you know what I just did for John right there? I gave him expectations. John's like, damn, that's some real stuff. All right, man, let's do it. John's in for a year now. John's going to have a good chance at success, right? John's going to be able to go out and potentially win because he has time, right? But for the people that are like, getting in and they don't have expectations, their demo account drops 5%. They're like, it doesn't work. They don't have proper expectations, right? You got to give them expectations, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, number 5, master training your new people. And all that is teaching them everything we just talked about. You got your new person, they want to go build a business. Hey, first thing we do is listen to Eric Worre's audio and we take notes on it. At the speed of light, go through it. Then we master the invite, get good at inviting. Then we learn the presentation, teach them how to do the presentation because you'll know how to do it by then. Then we master enrolling people, signing up the new person, getting them set up properly, giving them expectations, and teaching them the 48-hour rule. Okay. So I just have a couple of things I want to touch on this call. Hopefully you guys are learning some stuff. Okay. Like I'm literally telling you exactly what the order of operations is, and if you guys can do this, you're going to crush it. And we're here to help you too. Okay. You guys can reach out and ask for help. Reach out. Like we don't judge. We know what it's like to be brand new. We just want to help you guys win. So feel free to reach out. Okay. Now, I didn't cover the 48-hour rule on this call. So hopefully Jay goes over the 48-hour rule. Is that cool, Jay? There we go. Drop some 3s in the chat for Jay PATNODE. Let's go. Right. All right. I want to cover some things. All right. Now that you guys kind of know the structure of this business, okay, you understand, that we got to do Eric Worre's audio and then invite, present, enroll, and train your new person how to do the same thing. I want to just give you some expectations about what is this going to be like? You're like, man, I wonder what it's going to be like if I go put all this work in, right? There's 4 different types of people in the world. There's 4 categories. Okay. Write this down. There's 4 different types of people in the world. The first category of people is 20% of the world is negative, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, these are negative people. This could be family members, your parents, this could be friends. I've had plenty of friends that have been negative that I have to space myself away from because I got to win and I got to think positive. These are people that no matter what you say or what you do or anything, they are negative, right? You probably can think of some people right now in your head that are negative, right? You probably know some people. Listen, 20% of the people on the planet, just do your best to avoid them. One out of every five people, just do your best to avoid negative people. That's it. Don't waste your energy trying to save someone that's negative. Okay. You want to do your best to avoid these people because you have a great mission that you're trying to accomplish, and you can't let the 20% of the population that's negative bring you down. Okay. The next percentage is the 67 percenters. Okay. This is the fun one, right? 67 percenters. These are wannabe hustlers. These are people that are like, dude, we should start drop shipping. We should start trading crypto. We should start a business. We should start this. We should start that. We should do this. We should do that. And they don't do anything. Literally nothing. They're just yep, right? They're called wannabe hustlers. We all know them, right? 67% of people on the planet are wannabe hustlers. All right. So you got to know when you're out there, there's a lot of people talking. Everyone wants to look good. Everyone wants to sound like they got motion. Everyone wants to sound like they're doing great things with their life. And I'm not saying they're not, but you have to decipher which of them are the 67 percenters that are just yapping. And you know how you can do that? You close your ears and you just watch. That's how you can decipher. The people that don't make anything happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, but they're still talking about everything they're going to do, they're 67 percenters. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense so far, guys. Then the third category is the 10 percenters. These two categories I'm about to tell you is who you want to associate with. This is who you want to find for your business. This is who you want to become. 10% of people on the planet are managerial type people. They are good at almost everything they do. They get stuff done. They know what they got to do. They accomplish things. They're consistent. They're showing up. They're making stuff happen. They're building things. They're creating, right? They're managerial type people, 10% of people in the world. They're not amazing at everything, but they're getting stuff done, right? And then there's the 3% of people on the planet. These 3% of people are good at everything they do, it seems like. It seems like everything they touch turns to gold. You know, you might know those people. It's only 3% of the population. It feels like everything they do, they're just good at. It feels like everything comes easy to them. Okay. You as an individual, your job is to become part of the 10 and 3% of the population, which I believe a lot of you, if not all, are already in there. Okay. But you want to become them so you can attract them. Okay. If you're someone who's been talking about, I'm going to run it up in this business, I'm going to run it up, I'm going to get so good, but you haven't been doing anything lately, and you're the only person who would know that. You got to get out of that 67% category. You got to go to the 10 and the 3 and start making stuff happen. Because if you do that, you're going to attract other 10 and 3%. You're going to attract those people into the business. You're going to have them hit you up, be like, hey man, I love the energy you got going. I see how hard you're working on social media. I see all the events you're holding. I see how much you're consistent, and it resonates with me, and I want to do some business together. That's why you got to become it yourself. Okay. Now, another thing I want you to kind of realize, guys, is it's something called the success formula. Okay. A lot of you on this call, I've never seen your name before. Okay. Or not a lot of you. I'd say probably a quarter of you. I've never seen you before. Right. And so it's important to know this formula, right? Guys, the success formula basically states this. All right. All the celebrities use this. Anybody who's had massive amounts of success use this. It's used all over the entire world. 3% are good at everything they do. They're the top of the top. Everything they touch turns to gold. But this success formula, if you use this properly, you will have success. Okay. The first part of the success formula is this. You have to get loud. You got to get attention, right? Hey. You got to get loud, right? You got to get people's attention. Okay. How do you plan, if you are a, bakery, to be the best bakery in the world and the biggest one, if nobody knows that you're a bakery? I have friends that want to be artists, right? But they don't post their music. They don't tell anyone that they're artists, but they're like, man, why am I not taking off yet? I'm like, nobody knows you're an artist. Guys, Every person that knows who Jay and I, are, they think trading and investing the second they hear our names. The second they hear Jay Patnode or Josh Amundson, they think trading and investing. I would like to ask you that same question. If anybody that knows you heard your name, do they think trading and investing? Anyone? If that is a yes, you're doing a good job at being loud and getting attention. Landon's like, buddy, everyone knows. That's good. If I were to ask you that question and you say, honestly, not a lot of people know that I do this, but I want to go out and hit the 50K rank, you got to get loud. You got to get proud. You got to make a lot of attention. Post on social media, post what you're doing, make action, right? Hold events, just start taking daily action. Get loud, post on social media, tell everyone you know that you're trading with people in Minnesota, and that's it. Everyone needs to know that you're trading. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Now, step two in the success formula is you're going to get criticism. Your friends, your family, they're going to be like, hey, Josh, listen, I know that people know that I know you, and people know that you know me. They know that we're friends, right? I support and love you, but you got to calm down on social media. I'm embarrassed. People are talking about you. People are saying stuff about you behind your back. And like I try to tell them, but it's starting to impact me. I'm getting embarrassed. Like, can you just be quiet on social media? Like maybe only post like once a month about it or something, right? You're going to start getting criticism. Okay. But this, I'm telling you guys, just listen. This is when you dump gas on the fire. You go louder. You go louder. And guess what? Step three, you get haters. Okay. Now you're developing people that are like, I hate Josh. I hate Jay. I hate Landon. Right. You're going to have people that hate you for no reason at all. They don't even know what you're doing. Right. But you know why haters are so cool? Because they promote your business 50 times more than you do. Right. Guys, good news travels fast, but the reality is if someone hates something, they love telling people about it. I remember in college, this group of people yelled in a room of 50 people at a party, like something about how Josh and Jay are scamming people, doing Forex, blah, blah, blah. Like it's stupid. Nobody listened to them, right? Well, guess what? There was people in that party that were like, well, these guys yelling that are also stupid. So they came and hit us up. They're like, all right, just tell us what you're doing. Let's just see for ourselves. Right. Guys, haters are free advertisement. They're spreading the word around the entire freaking world. I'm telling you, you want them. If you don't have any haters, you're doing it small. Like if you're trying to get to the big leagues, you're going to have haters. And trust me, they tell people. Okay. Now, here's the last part of the success formula. Repetition. Attention, criticism, haters, repetition, attention, criticism, haters, repetition, attention, criticism, haters. And then one day, boom, you're going to get admiration. People are going to go from, man, like, I do not know that dude. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know that girl. Like, it's so annoying how much she posts, blah, 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 to let me tell you how I know her. Let me tell you how I know him. Let me tell you about our high school experience. We were best friends back in high school. We were best friends back in college. Like, oh, that was my homie, right? But they're just hating now. I'm telling you guys, you have to follow through. You got to follow through all the steps. You guys see the Kardashians use this, like all the biggest celebrities in the world. They use this. They get loud, they get criticism, and then they get haters that talk about them all the time. And then they repeat it over and over and over. And now they have success. Right. So that's a success formula. Okay. Now you know the four categories of people in the world. Right? You know the four categories of people in the world. Can you go over your invite again? I just say I trade with my friends and we try to make money every day. And then they're usually like, really? Like you trade? And I'm like, yeah, don't you? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why? And they're like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't trade. And then I hand them my phone. I go, yo, listen, man, I'm a little busy right now, but let me follow you on Instagram. Maybe we can get on a call and talk about trading sometime. And then about a day or two later, maybe even a week later, whenever, I write their name down, but I invite them to a presentation. I'm like, yo, hop on this call. We have a trading tonight. I get them on a presentation. Okay. Or I do one for them. I say, hey, let's get on a call. Now, the last thing I'm going to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of stuff, that we can cover. We didn't start till like 7:15 or so, I believe, something like that. But your level of intensity in this business is going to determine how big you're going to be in the next 6 to 12 months. Okay. Your level of intensity. All right. I'm telling you right now, if you're on this call and you're someone that's just going to try to go hit the 50K rank. You're going to try to go get to the 10K rank. You're going to try to get to the 1K rank, right? You're going to try to make some money in here. You know what that's telling me? Your level of intensity is low. You got a low level of intensity. You got to increase it, right? Guys, me and Jay, just a quick flashback. Our first year of the business, I think by 6 months in, we built a team to, or no, 3 months in, we built the team to like 30 people, probably 20, 30, right? And then it fell. And then 6 months in, I'm graduated from college now. We have 4 people on our team. We're making $150 a month 6 months in, just $150 a month, right? And we're just talking about building the business, right? I remember I called my mentor and I was so pissed off that I was making that little amount of money. And he's like, dude, your level of intensity is nothing. Like, you aren't taking this serious, not at all. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. He was like, you're going out, you're partying, you're hanging out with girls, you're doing dumb stuff, you're sleeping in, you're not focused, you're not coming to team meetings. And I was like, God, that makes sense why I'm not making anything. So I was just talking to Carson about this before we got on this call, guys. I literally said, I go, what the change was for me and Jay, guys. I remember, right around January 1st, let's say that of 2020, we had 3 people in our business. We decided to increase our level of intensity and dedication. We literally told all of our friends and family, we're like, hey, listen, we're about to go on a run of our lifetime for the next 90 to 180 days. We're not going to be around a lot. You're not going to see us a lot, but I'm doing this for me and I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for my friends. I'm doing it to become the best version of myself. So I want you to, just support and respect me and just understand I'm not going to be around. And what we did was we cut everything out of our life except this business. Everything. I'm talking TV. I'm talking friends. I'm talking video games. I'm talking Netflix. I'm talking like alcohol. I'm talking anything. You name it, we cut it out. Even the gym. That was kind of bad for a little while in 2020, right? Guys, we cut everything out because we wanted to win. We wanted to win, right? And so if you're a 20%er on this call and you're kind of resonating with me, you're like, dude, I'm willing to do that. Like, I'm willing to go all in. Let me ask you, what are you willing to cut out of your life to win? Would you take your TV out of your room till you hit $10,000 a month? Ask yourself that right now. I bet you 90% of you won't do it. I bet you, I would put money on it that 90% of you will not take your TV out of your room till you hit 10K a month. I could almost guarantee it. Guess what? I was that 10% that's like, I'm crazy enough to do it. Screw it. The guy who told me to do it, was making $1 to $2 million a month. And he goes, will you take your TV out of your room so you hit 10 grand a month? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do that. What are you willing to do? We didn't go outside or leave the house unless it was for a presentation or for a live event for 3 straight months. And we also did it again, right? But these 3 months, guys, we set up as many presentations as we could every day. We either had 5 to 10 presentations where we got on Zoom and we explained what the business is, 5 to 10 a day, right? And I'm not saying that you're going to start there. I'm not saying you got to do that. I'm just telling you how much I wanted to win, right? 3 to 5 presentations a day keeps the job away. Okay. So if you want to keep the job away, do 3 to 5 a day minimum. But if you want to go fast and you want to build big really quick, 10 a day. 10 a day, right? Guys, so we're doing 10 presentations a day, right? I remember I didn't see sunlight for like 4 days sometimes. I'm like, what is going on? I don't even know what's happening, right? But our team was exploding. It was growing. It was going so fast. We're just crushing ranks like crazy. Literally, guys, for 3 or 4 months, we just did 10 calls a day, as many as we could all day long, coached and trained leaders, got on, these calls, help people, call people, help people duplicate their team. We're personally developing, studying people who are industry legends. Within 3 months, we went from 3 people to 330 people because we cut everything out. And here's what I'll tell you, guys, I'm a dork. I really am. Yeah, I can maybe move my mouth a little fast and I can talk, but if I can do it, if Jay can do it, you can do it. There's literally nothing special about us. We just wanted to help our family and win that bad. Like, we'll do anything. Take your TV out of your room if you want to hit $10,000 a month. If you take your TV out of your room, guys, I want you to personally reach out to me on Telegram. Okay. And tell me if you take your TV out of your room and you won't put it back till 10,000 a month. Okay. But we're going to switch gears, guys. I'm going to introduce my business partner, Jay PATNODE. He's got some great information. I know we had a late start, so we got a little bit of time. But guys, listen, Jay has built teams of thousands of people. Okay. So, he's one of the best to ever do it in the industry, guys. Tons of other leaders all over the entire space know who this guy is. He's taught me a lot. He's been one of my best friends since we were younger, guys. We're roommates, we're business partners, we grind, and we're just trying to help change lives. Okay. So let's drop some ones in the chat for Jay PATNODE. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Let's get some threes in the chat for Mr. Joshua AMUNDSON cooking as always. Could you feel the grease popping up on that call, guys? I hope you guys took some fantastic notes because that was all crucial and vital information, right? Wherever you are in your journey. The funny part is some people have been in it longer than others and they've heard the information, but the thing is, you still need to hear it, right? Even when Josh is speaking, we talk to each other every single day, all the time. We talk about this stuff. We've spoke these words so many times. I'm still listening and engaged, right? No matter every single time I get on a leadership call, and if it's something that I've heard over and over again, you still need to hear it because if you're not where you want to be quite yet, then that means you haven't implemented all the words that you've heard over the years, right? That's as simple as it gets. And for new people that are hearing this stuff for the first time or second time, implement it as early and as often as you possibly can. He's giving you nuggets, sauce, things that you need to know, that you need to do. Now it's just, are you going to do it? Right. And I'm not going to talk for too long, guys, because it's already 7:55, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of stuff that, I want to just kind of make evident and apparent so you guys can understand. Josh gave you guys so much stuff. If you haven't already taken notes, well, you played yourself. Congratulations. You're already on the wrong track, right? And and that's just me being honest, right? If you can't do simple tasks like that, how do you expect to make $10,000 a month? It's really just that simple, right? What are you willing to do? What Josh was saying, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up the television? Are you willing to give up going out for a period of time? It's not shit to give up these things for forever, but for a period of time to go accomplish your goals, right? So what are you willing to give up? And I love that he talked about that, the whole TV thing, because that's real. I was there for it. We lived together for like the last 6 years, right? It's like I was there for it. I remember the game time decision and the multiple times that he's done it within his career, right? Whenever he feels if it, all right, I'm not locked in as I need to be, cut the distractions, right? Cut the fat out of your life. And that's something that I really wanted to touch on, guys, because I just posted something on Instagram and it's the progress loader bar. I follow it. It tells you what time of the year or how much is left in the year, right? We are now officially 75% of the way through the year. 75%, guys. I want you guys to take a second and just think about where you are right now, and exactly where you are right now has been a compilation of everything that you've done the first 75% of the year. Where you are right now, and October 8th, 2024, where you are is due to everything that you've done in the past. And so I want you guys to start thinking, how much effort did I give in the first 3/4 of the year, the first 75% of the year? What was I doing? What was my daily schedule like? What were my habits like? What was my speed, intensity, velocity, aggression when it came to all of the goals that you want to hit? What was that like? Think about that and ask yourself honestly, did you give it 100% effort? Did you give it 110% effort? Did you even give it 50% of the effort that you possibly could? Did you, right? And that's what I want you guys to think about because a lot of times none of us have actually given that much effort, right? As much as we think we did. We might think we're working and we're working, and it's all fine and dandy, but are you doing income producing activities? Are you doing things that are crucial or vital to growing your business, growing your brand, growing your skill set, your knowledge, your training skills, whatever it may be that's conducive to winning in this industry? What have you been doing? Right. So that's why I want you guys to write down. I just want you to, what have I done these last 9 months? And I want you, after we get up this call, just start writing down what is it that you've done and where you are right now, right? Where you are right now and what have you done in the past, and see, okay, this is what I've done to get me to here. Now, what needs to change in order to crush these last, a little bit less than 90 days, 25% of the year left? What do I need to do to crush it? So I want you guys to really realize that, but understanding that the years fly by so fast. I've been saying this every single year towards the end of the year, and it's been the end of the year, right? We have all had life just pass us by. And now, whether you were working or not was a different topic, right? Because the saying that if you've heard me before, you've heard me say it a million times, but stuff doesn't happen in a day. But if you let the years go by, stuff doesn't happen in or stuff doesn't happen in a day. But if you let the days go by, stuff doesn't happen in a year either. Right? So let's make today day one. I talked about it on last week on the call, 90-day run. Who is participating actively in a 90-day run? Who is locked in? Let me see who actually took the challenge and is on a 90-day run right now. Let me see. Is there anybody in here? Or was it, damn, I'm excited. But then when I got off the call, I was no longer excited. So I want to know if you're in a 90-day run, right? Because I want to see what everybody's willing to do to have success. But the one thing I really wanted to talk about is you can't shortcut this, right? You can't shortcut the business. You have to take the necessary steps. 75% of the year is done. We got 25% left. We got to do what we got to do. In this business, if you show me your calendar, it'll easily reflect your bank account. It'll easily reflect your checks on Fridays. It'll easily reflect your monthly bonus. An empty calendar means no money. You need to have your calendar full. If you're a part-timer, 1 to 2 presentations at least a day. You need to show the plan to at least 1 to 2 people. If you're a full-timer, it needs to be 3 to 5 minimum every single day. When the first big massive run that we ever had, it was 10 to 10. Wake up in the morning, trade, and then from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it was calls back to back to back to back to back because we wanted it fast. We wanted it fast. We wanted to speed up our time. And that's where, if you show me your calendar, I'll show you, it's easy to tell what your check is like. Because the people that are actually succeeding and having massive success, they're making sure their calendars are packed out. There really isn't time to chill. There really isn't time to watch TV. There really isn't, like, to be honest with you, I still have my TV in my room, but it doesn't come on until 10 p.m. Like it doesn't even get touched until 10 p.m. And I watch one TV show and I go to bed. But as of like the last week, I hadn't been able to watch TV shows because I've still been working until midnight. Then I just go to sleep, which is completely fine. That's how I like it. I want the calendar packed out. So you guys want your calendar packed out. So there's 4 things that I want to touch on. And it's the 4 stages of forming a habit. Because whatever you've done your entire life for the last 90 days or the last 3 years, if you're not where you want to be, then obviously it's time to change some stuff. So the very first stage of forming a habit is noticing. Noticing what are the habits that you want to implement? What are the habits that you need to change? If you're someone that's like, man, I want to build the business, but you're watching, if you look at your phone time and you have 7 hours of screen time, but you have 1 post on your social media, you haven't reached out to a single person. What are you doing on your cell phone? You're spending all your time FaceTiming the homies, your girl, you're trying to chop up girls and guys. You're trying to, doing stuff that doesn't get you paid. Notice it, right? Write down the things that you want to implement in your life. Who do you want to be? The first stage of forming a habit is noticing. The second one is wanting. You have to want whatever your goal is. You have to want this habit into your life. If you're someone that wants to go to the gym, you have to want that body that you want, or that optimal health goal. You have to want it. And I mean, you really have to want it. And then the third stage is just doing. Start doing. They say it takes 21 days straight to form a habit. If for the next 30 days, you locked in something that you did every single day, whether it was going to the gym, whether it was, quitting watching TV, smoking vapes, smoking weed, drinking alcohol. If you gave it 30 days, your body will then start to realize that you don't need that stuff anymore. 30 days straight, right? You can form a habit within this time. So you have to actually do it. You have to actually take the action. And then number 4 is liking. Once it becomes a part of you, you subconsciously will just love it, right? Like when I'm going, like every time I have a run where I'm like, hey, I'm going to the gym every single day, 30 days straight, I fall in love with it. I fall in love with how it makes me feel. When I don't consume shitty foods, when I don't consume alcohol, 30 days straight, a cleanse, working out, I feel optimal. You start to fall in love with it. Same thing with this business. You start messaging 10 people a day, forming that habit. You start listening to 30 minutes of personal development, forming that habit. It starts to become part of you and you start to love it. You start to feel weird if you don't do it. If I don't go work out, I feel weird. If I don't talk to somebody on the team, I feel weird. If I'm not at least presenting or doing calls and having my schedule packed out, I feel weird. I hate just coming to my desk and sitting here. Like, oh shit, what do I have to do? It's the worst feeling in the world. I feel weird. It's because over the last, 6 years, I've had a schedule and I follow it, right? So you guys need to form new habits. So what is it that you guys want to implement in your life? And understand, I'm not going to talk much longer. I got a couple more minutes for you guys, but understand that whatever you want to do, you have to go for it. So all the people that are actually serious and want to build and actually want to take this business to the next level, congratulations. Let's form new habits. Let's change whatever the lifestyle was that you were before and implement healthy, positive, successful habits. And let's make a lot of money. Let's make a lot of money. Let's change a lot of lives. And Josh wanted me to touch on the 48-hour rule, so I will break it down for you guys. But the 48-hour rule is when someone gets started in the business, they are the most excited that they'll ever be within the first 48 hours of the business. And so the goal is for one, yourself, say you're brand new, is to take action within your first 48 hours. You want to take action. You want to go through the academy. You want to set up your link tree. You want to make sure all your services are set. You want to start reaching out to people because you're fired up about this new venture that you're in, this new journey, this new path, this new goal that you can set for yourself. For some people, you have hope again. For some people, you finally have a track to run. A lot of people are looking for ways to make money. They're looking for ways to have success. They're looking for ways to be a millionaire or, have financial freedom, but they don't have a track to run on. What do? We hope deal. We don't dope deal. We hope deal. Sounds mad corny, but it's true. You know how many people I've talked to like, damn, I actually have hope that I can have success now again. That I can have a path, that I can go reach the goals and dreams that I dreamed of when I was a child. A lot of people let their goals just kind of diminish as they get older, right? They're just like, damn, I talk about this when we're at events, but when you're younger, kids dream unimaginably. We ask them, what do you want to be? I want to be Batman. I want to be Batman too. Billionaire, playboy, superhero. Yeah, I want to be Batman too, damn it. But you ask them, because they don't have any concept of life beating them down, people telling them what to do or telling them what they can and can't do. They want to be gazillionaires. They start throwing out numbers that you've never even heard of. I remember I used to tell my mom I wanted to be a zillionaire. What is a zillionaire? Right? Whatever it is, it just sounded great. It sounded like so much money I could do whatever I wanted, right? But that's how you dream. And then as you get a little bit older, maybe you get into high school or college, you're like, I want to make $1 million. I want to make $1 million in high school. Then you get into college and then you start realizing, damn, the major that I'm going for is going to probably make me about $40,000 a year. Like, okay, I want to just reach 6 figures. And then you get older and you're like, all right, I want to make like, a little bit of money. And it's like at some points I just want to get by, man. I just want to be able to have a cool crib, a solid car that gets me from A to Z, some benefits, right? Your dreams start to diminish because people start telling you what you can and cannot reach. And that's why this business is so important, because you have a even playing field to go crush this, to go make tons of money. And that's why in the 48-hour rule, you're going to be the most excited, right? And obviously you'll have different periods of excitement throughout your time, but when they first get started, you're excited. You want to go take action right away. And the same thing, if you are a leader, you want to get your people to take action right away. Because people won't, people will come in, they'll do their thing, they'll give it their best shot, which is really nothing. Some people will be here for 30 days, watch 2 videos, take 1 trade, not even set up their account fully, and then be like, it wasn't for me. I mean, you didn't even try, brother. That happens. But that's why you want to be effective in making sure all of your people are set up within their first 48 hours and have all the tools that they need to have success. Don't wait a week. Don't give them time. Right then and there, make sure they have everything they need and get them ready to have the best chance of success. So that's the 48-hour rule. And for those of you guys that are brand new in your journey, take action now. Use the momentum. If you want to get a free account, crush it within your first 48 hours. It's not hard. I had a free account within my first day of being in the business. You want to know why? Because I didn't give a damn. I just started blasting out text messages. It was completely wrong how I did it. Now we actually have proper systems in place. But I just started blasting out messages, calling people, hey, you got to see this. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just fired up and excited. And people could feel that excitement. People could feel that excitement. The saying is knowledge or ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Give me someone that is just fired up, excited, pumped up to run, but knows absolutely nothing over the person that knows everything that just doesn't take any action. Because knowledge isn't power. Because to know and to not do is the same thing as not knowing at all. So applied knowledge is power. So when you get on these calls, don't just get fired up. Don't just start taking notes. Use that energy and go do something right after this. Once you get up this call, go take action now. Don't be like, oh, these are great notes. I'm going to implement them tomorrow. No. Take action now and let's crush this thing because you can go faster, you can go slow. I promise you going faster is a lot easier than going slow. Because you're going slow, you're fighting an uphill battle. But if you're going fast, it's like pushing a big boulder, right? A big rock. It takes a lot of effort to start pushing it, right? It takes a lot of effort. You got to put all your force, all your energy, all your effort into pushing this boulder. But once you start getting it moving, it becomes a little bit easier, right? Because it has momentum. And it gets a little bit easier because you have momentum. And then it's not you giving all your force. You're just tapping it, making sure it keeps going. Momentum keeps going. And that's what this business is. So don't be someone that starts and runs for 3 days and forms good habits and does something for a 30-day run. Lock in for the next 90 days and watch how much easier the business gets. Watch how much easier the business gets. It will be a complete and absolute game changer. It's way easier to go fast than it is slow. So let's crush it, guys. I think I don't know if Josh, if you want to introduce what we were talking about at the end of the call, you want to go ahead and drop it. I don't know if you're there or not, but hope you guys took some notes. I hope you guys got some value from that. But I want you. Oh, let's wait on it. All right, we'll wait on it. We'll talk about it later. We got some cool stuff coming soon for you guys. But with that being said, guys, take some action. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't do it. Do it now. As soon as we get off, let's use this energy. Let's put all the stuff that you learned into work. And let's go make a lot of money and impact a lot of lives. And let's go have a lot of fun doing it. Because this is the most fun industry, the most fun job you could ever do. I wake up and it doesn't feel like a job, right? I get to really do whatever the hell I want, but it's exciting. It's fun, but it's all because I put in the work and I sacrificed for a season of your life. Can you give the next 90 or 180 days of just completing all out work and effort if you know that life is going to be so much easier at the end? Can you do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? Drop a 1 if you can do that. If you can give me all out 90 days to set yourself up for the greatest 2025 that you could possibly have. Awesome. Well, with that being said, I love you guys. Hope you guys got some value. Let's stay fired up, stay hard, stay happy, and let's crush this, guys. Peace.